for the world we're gonna make. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was asleep.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. It is 6:32. It is July 24th. Sorry for the little darkness song. I do listen to music as I do all my charts. I don't turn on CNBC or networks. I look at my charts, I look at the news, and I get my day together, which is what you guys should be doing. Anyway, take a little disclosure. Let's get to it. Good morning. My name is Red Dog. No, Scott Redler. I am the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. This is the 6:30 Club. Hold on, I like this part. It's a good song. Hold on. Here it comes. All up to the golden days when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. Anyway. All right. Well, right now the futures are down 38 handles, and everyone's like, Red Dog, why are you in such a good mood? You know, you're usually a bit of a permabull. I'm like, well, Red Dog's learning. Anyway, we've had some signals in the semis when they put their top in and their double top in June 20th, and the next day, about a week and a half ago, we saw the short-term top in the Qs, and then last week the SPYs put their top in, and then yesterday had a retest into the 8-day. What's a retest into the 8-day? Well, a move right back into an area that we broke down from. That was a good spot to resell, get short, sell premium, maybe reduce some risk, and then figure out what's next. Yes, you could have some small feelers on and some leftover stocks, and you can still make a little bit of money trading, but tactically, I do believe is the way to go from now through August. Some people are like, hey, Red Dog, when are you going to put your wife's blood in the street account back to work? Well, 537, 540 would be, I think, almost 5% off the highs. And then we'll see what really happens. You know, maybe even, a move down towards, this 524-ish, which would be huge. But anyway, at this point, we're going to go day by day. You know, you had, Tesla come out, you had Google come out, and Visa, all three of them, were a little bit disappointing in their own way. Tesla, everyone knew, the EVs were going to be down. The question was, after a huge move, what would Elon come up with? And the bottom line is, he sounded as if he had no idea when the robotaxi was going to come out. But maybe the meeting's 10:10, and maybe there'll be some AI and technology. But anyway, we'll get to that. As far as Google is higher, strong report, but all of a sudden, ad revenue was down. And then as soon as they talked about spending another $5 billion on Waymo, it went from up 3 to down 5. And P.S. Thank goodness it was nice to be here because I was able to get some SPY shorts off. So I was able to hedge a little bit more. But not everything is going to be off. But most things are bent, kind of broken. So to me, it feels like don't be in a rush and let the market come to you and make your trades in strategic spots, which there are some. Let's see if there are any of my dogs right here. We got Stein here. We got Blair from the Red Dog. Ice, baby. Yes, I did do my video. I am back in the ice barrel. I'm back in the sauna. Red Dog 3.0 is coming at you. I'm going to try and be a better version of myself. So this way I can help you guys guide through the markets and just have a little fun. I do have my iced coffee in my routine. It is July 24th, and I'm hoping to get away a little bit in August, so you won't see me here every day. But anyway, what up, Marcos? Marcos from sunny Spain. About a year ago, Marcos was telling me about how Spain awesome is, Marbella, and P.S. I packed it up, went with my son and Selena. We had a great time with their family, and Spain is awesome. A lot cheaper than Florida, more beautiful. Sorry, Floridians. But anyway, great spot. What else? We got Albany in the house. That's Justin Levy. All right, there you go. I went to SUNY Albany because I grew up in Long Island. We got Florida in the house, Rolanda. We have Dallas. Everyone's up. Look at Rick Friedman. Where have you been all my life? How come I haven't seen you on the Alpha team in a little while? I know usually he goes through his periods of doing some business and a little left, little off. But anyway, so here we are. The SPYs right now are down 374. So right now, kind of coming into this zone. This is 550. This is 550.40. So this would be a spot. I started to cover a little bit of my SPY shorts into this spot just to take a little bit off. But there's no reason why it can't come and retest this 547-ish or even a little bit below. I think ultimately, we get back down to at least this 540, 542, which isn't a whole lot. If I put the weekly chart, you'll see how elevated we are. But anyway, you look at the Qs, the Qs rallied back into the moving averages, and that's what happens during a corrective phase. When you're in an active bull sequence, you're holding the 8-day, you're holding the 21. When you're in an active bearish sequence, you break them, you come back to them, and you get rejected. So the question is, will the Qs hold 473? Or will it make a lower low? What are the Qs doing? Somebody asked. Well, let's see what the Qs are doing. The Qs are down, 4 and change. Okay, a little bit above this spot. So the Qs made another lower high. Like the SPYs came up even more. But remember the relative weakness that we saw here while the SPYs went back to highs. That told you that tech needs time, right? Did you think the guy? I looked at that. Someone posted a chart of the composite. 20,000, NASDAQ 20,000. I remember when it felt like the world was going to blow up when we had NASDAQ 5,000 in the year 2000. Anyway, I feel like a lot of people are a lot smarter. I know then, I know a lot of my friends, blew up, or a lot of people blew up in that time frame because everyone was on margin and people got owed money to their trading accounts, this and that. People don't do that anymore, thank goodness. At least no one that I know. Maybe people do. But anyway, so the Qs have 473 going sideways, and could go even lower. If the S&P is going down to 540, the Qs are going a lot lower than here. And what led the Qs lower? The semis. Look right here. The semis put in that. Remember the overheated? Remember this? Last time I was on Fox Business was June 20th. I'm going on today. Actually heading to the city around 1 o'clock. And we talked about overheated, overcrowded. It wound up being a great trade. You even had a rebound trade before this outside candle day that couldn't retrace 50%. And now you have a bear flag. Chances are we'll be testing 247.80 and maybe going lower. You know what? Today, actually, I don't own one semi. And that semi's been the group that we've been trading. If you go look at the semis, NVIDIA put a bit of a topping tail into, or you could even say a red dog reversal sell. What do I mean? Well, I thought maybe it can get to 127. It only got to 124.69. Okay, and did a red dog reversal right here. Okay, which is what did it do? It went above this prior candle, and then couldn't hold it. Came back below, and and that's that. So now we'll see what's next here. So you have 140, 136. This 127 didn't even happen. I don't even think it's in the cards anymore. This now is 124.69. So I'd watch that today for some semi action. Texan was pretty good. But anyway, so we'll see what happens there. This right here is huge support. 3 times it held the 50-day. If it gets back to the 50-day, chances are it's not going to hold it the next time, and you'll see a move down to here. That's if it gets there. I'm just saying. What's it called? So I'll look at that. What's NVIDIA doing this morning? It's only down 2, so it's not quite, not quite down to where it was. So anyway, we'll see what happens there. Tesla. What are you going to do? Tesla's going to have a huge hole. Tesla will have a huge hole in the chart now. Okay, you had this upper wedge that looked like maybe if it got above 271, if he said something awesome, which I don't even know what it would have been, we could have seen options go to the upside. Instead, I put on a call spread and I lost money. I was risking, I bought, my average was $3, and then towards the end of the day, I sold the 300s. It cost me $2 to maybe make 22. That's what I do for an earnings lotto spread. That'll be done, but I actually made more money trading it last night than I lost in my lotto spread. But anyway, it broke 233. This 218 is pretty big. This is the gap here, and then this is the 50. I would think that Tesla sees at least this spot before you have to worry about, any kind of even swing, let alone a trade. For right now, what's Tesla doing? Let's go see. Tesla is it's down 19 at 227. My symmetry friends are telling me it's not getting to 218. It's going to go to 225, which is where it was pre-market. We'll see. So the question is, does Tesla open down 19, put a low in the first 5-15 minutes, and we get a trade off of that? Or does it open up down 19, market tries to go bounce off the lower levels here, and it can't rally and then goes down, 25 to 30? We don't know what Tesla's going to do today, but there will be opportunity. I will be watching it. As far as Google, you know what? Google, everyone's like, Red Dog, you should have a call spread for Google. I'm like, I don't think so. I have no FOMO for Google. What's it called? I kind of put it in its top here at 191. I remember playing it a bunch of times this year, but I'm like, I just don't have any FOMO in Google. It's just not a good setup. So Google itself is now down 5 at 175. This 175, 176 is a big spot. If this doesn't hold, okay, then really, your next spot is down to here, which we'll see. So, we watched Netflix report. Netflix was very similar to Google. Netflix was $50 off the highs, and everyone's like, "Oh, we got to take an option play." I'm like, I just don't like to set up into that earnings report. Sometimes it's good and it's bad. And P.S., the Bulls and the Bears both lost, trading options in Netflix. It did a whole lot of nothing. And actually, look at this loose wide day. This is going to take time to rebuild. So I don't see anything that's ready to go. So to me, that's telling me this market has to go lower in the next 3 to 4 weeks. But anyway, inside action, this is 629. This is your active support. I wouldn't be in a rush to be buying Netflix. And we'll see again what happens with Google today. Does Google put a low in the first 5, 15, 30 minutes and hold this 176 area, or is it going to work its way down towards this actually is, what's this low here? This low is 169-ish, or even to that gap. Who knows? You don't know where these things are going to go. A lot of these things are going to have to rebuild. No momentum, not special, no. And we'll see how much of today's gaps hold. Some people are like, well, what about, Amazon is down small. Okay. Amazon, to me, has been very frustrating. We did really well at Amazon here and into that move and bought the dip when it retested. And then I got stopped out of all my Amazon right here when this upper flag broke. Maybe tried it once here and then get out of the way. Yesterday, out of nowhere, it had this move, to 189.39. I kind of got lucky because, I got bullied by my alpha team to put on some options for earnings on this Red Dog reversal. Like, hey, you might as well buy some options just in case for earnings. So I bought some options and I sold most into that just because I wasn't expecting it to be up $5, $6. Maybe Jeff went on vacation and got off the offer. But anyway, I do still think at some point Amazon is going to have a really nice move. It's only down 60 cents today. So this is a candidate to go from red to green. It is a candidate to take this out, but I don't think it happens until the fall. But we'll see. We'll see what happens on earnings. Earnings aren't this week, they're next week. If you go here, the earnings for Amazon aren't until August 1st, which is, I think a week from today. So there's a lot of time. Apple's come in a bunch. Apple, I haven't really been that active. We made a really nice move here, bought a bunch of options to clear 220. And then I think I was done here, and then it's been going sideways. I don't know if you guys remember, but I was at the Standard having a Red Dog sandwich. Yes, at the Standard in Millburn, there is a sandwich named after the Red Dog. If you love a steak sandwich, it's absolutely fantastic. Better than a Philly cheesesteak. Just go to the Standard Millburn Red Dog, say triple toasted. But anyway, the owner had a foldable Samsung phone, and I was like, wow, this phone is awesome. You could fold it. You don't see a crease. It's bigger than an iPhone. It's not as huge as an iPad. I know for me, I have like a 70-inch TV in my house, but I'm always like watching my shows in my bed like this. So if I had a foldable phone, I could see my shows a little bit bigger. Meanwhile, Viking Valhalla was awesome. I fully recommend it, especially if you like the old Vikings. And I just said, like, if Apple comes out with a foldable phone and does it better, there's no more iPhone 17. You could start a whole new Apple line, plus all new accessories, all new adapters, all new AirPod, you name it. You want to talk about a super cycle, come up with a great foldable phone. So PS has some news out there that it might be happening in 2025 after the AI phone. So, if Apple comes in more, I might even have Chase buy more of it because it's his biggest holding, and he's only, what is he going to be 16 in September. But anyway, at this point, we'll see if this 222 hold. Apple right now is not down a whole lot. It's only down 10 cents. So it's showing some relative strength. And we'll see how it goes. So Apple and Amazon are showing some relative strength this morning. Is it Is it a trap, or does it mean that they want, to keep something decent while they wait for earnings next week? Meta, came back and retested this 492 area. A lot of guys up here made some money as it took out this 530, but then, it was pretty predatory the way it held for a little while, then broke. I got out of my shares here at 528, started buying some options into the hole. Okay, and then I got rid of most into that little bounce back. I don't know. I don't think Meta's going to have enough juice either to be a really good option play. It's down 10 now. I think if I had 10 calls, I have 2 left. So we'll see. Maybe you could look at that. There's going to be some kind of event with NVIDIA and Zuck coming out, I think, on the 29th next week. So, we'll see. IWM has been absolutely fantastic. I don't think to be honest, the Red Dog reversal hasn't worked this well in ages. What do I mean? Well, the IWM, okay, if you guys remember, it actually was 1 week ago. I was on with Liz Clayman, and I was like, I'm buying the IWM calls and the XBI calls into the CPI somewhere around here. And she's like, people don't usually talk about options on the show. Well, I'm like, well, I'm a tactical trader that gets paid quarterly for a living, which is why you have me on. So I don't just talk fluff. I'm actually in the game. This is what I do for a living. So PS, made really good money here. I got out a little early. I never catch the top of a trade. Didn't short anything here. And then right into this move, I started shorting the 222s, the 225 calls all the way up. Then you had a Red Dog reversal sell to give confirmation the top was in. You could have got short here. Right there. That was your Red Dog reversal sell. Pushed through and failed. Then he gave you 3 down days. Then I'm like, we should be buying 215-ish. And then at 216, I started selling puts. And then you had a Red Dog reversal buy right here. Bought the 221 calls besides selling puts. And PS, yesterday you could have bought a dip. It took out this and gave you a nice trade. So it's almost like, I never like to talk about the stock market as a casino or correlate anything, but we talk about setups. You play Texas Hold'em, you know what a good setup is. You should be in with pocket aces. You should be in Jack Queen, same suit, not a 4 and a 10 different suit. Well, anyway, this was like getting a blackjack, getting an 11 versus 6. You double down, you get a face card, and boom, dealer busts, votes with wages. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. And sometimes it's choppy. This was not choppy. This was not choppy. And now the IWM is down 88 cents. Well, so it's showing a little relative strength. The SPYs are down 390. The Qs are down 5. My buddy Brian is doing fantastic. He's shorting the hell out of things all the time. He bought a lot. He bought, I think, I don't even know how many SOXS options he bought, which the Alpha team knows. But anyway, that's that. So maybe the IWM goes green. Okay, I have very small calls left, so that's fine. Some guys like Red Dog, how did you know about this FTEL? I'm like, well, it's not something that I do. I remember, I posted this literally, up here. People are like, what's this FTEL? It's going to 100. I hear it's going to 150. I'm like, I hear it's a scam. I hear they have 4 million in revenues. It's got a 500 million market cap. Do not buy it. If you could find the borrow, I found the borrow. It was on the VTF pretty much since here. All of a sudden, look at this move lower. So there are people who do work, who find and uncover pump and dumps, and don't fall for them. So this, even technically, you didn't even have to know just how to wedge and then went to the downside. That wound up making me some good money, and hopefully it saved you from getting caught up. AMD, SMCI, SMCI. Everyone was begging me to buy SMCI yesterday, and PS, it was definitely difficult. The SMCI has been very hard. Okay. I know I was a little bullish on it here. I thought the semis were going to go. It pushed through and failed. That was the last time I traded SMCI. So this morning, it's probably down, right? Just with everything else, SMCI, it's down 11. Yeah, that sucks. Excuse my French. AMD, wow. Look how predatory this was. Okay. Gave you one trade through 166, 167. Worked well. Everyone on Twitter was talking how they're a genius. Looked like maybe you had a bull flag and then broke it, and now you're right back into here. That's very hard trading. So not everything is created equal, okay? I still like Bitcoin. I still think Bitcoin is going to have a better move through the fall. I'm still trying to accumulate options in coin for some kind of big breakout above 300 in the fall. Yesterday, came in a little bit. I bought the dip. We'll see how it goes today. I like Palantir setup. Palantir, I'm hoping it's not predatory. Like, this stock looks absolutely fantastic. It's above the 8-day. It's in the small cap camp. It's in the AI camp. It's in the government spending camp, but it hasn't done a whole lot here. So I am long some, and I actually bought a little bit for earnings, but we'll see. It just depends if some things are going to work or nothing's going to work, But anyway, that's that. All right, 6:52. I got to go. I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. It's great having friends around the world because it makes life interesting. I'm looking forward to been talking to my friends from the Ukraine who are scattered. Some of them are in Greece. Some are in Dubai. I went to the Ukraine 3 different times to teach hundreds of traders technical analysis, trying to put together a trip. Got to talk to my buddy Vlad and see if we can get a little training lesson seminar in one of those areas. If not, we could all meet in Croatia. Wouldn't that be fun? Got to get out and travel. P.S. Enjoy the summer, sweat it out, and if you're not doing as well as you think you should be doing, then say it's my fault, because it's probably your fault. It's not my fault. It's not the market's fault. It's your fault. Figure out what you're doing wrong, and look at yourself in the mirror and try and fix it. All right. Good luck today, guys.